What's up, guys? Just here by my channel. Tonight, I'll be doing the review for AEW Dynamite, the 300 episode. So let's get to it then. Oh man, 300 episodes. That's a long time ago, many years ago. Anyways, alright, we have a little segment with the Heyman and stuff. Alright, we hear from ourselves one of the AEW originals, and out comes Heyman Page to kick off this week. He makes his way down to the ring, big from pop. Big crowd, big pump in the crowd. Sorry. He says he's not going to waste much time here, as he's already said what he's needed to say. Page says he promised to ride through death itself to win the AEW World Championship at All in Texas, and that is a vow he plans to keep. You would have to kill Page before he lets this chance pass him by, and won't let the Elite or Death Rider stop him. Okay, come on, you stupid thing. Anyways, from there, Heyman calls out AEW World Champion Jon Moxley to give him everything or give him death by making their All-In Texas title match a Texas death match. With that said, the theme for Jon Moxley hits, and it comes accompanied by Marina Shafir of the Dead Riders. The two make their usual custom entrance through the crowd. The fans give the two a loud mixed bag reaction as Mox arrives at ringside. He grabs a microphone and steps excuse me, steps through the ropes to join Heyman in the ring. Mox says so. Page wants to pull all the chips on the table. He continues by mentioning what those are: his health, his life, all on the line with the AEW World Championship in a Texas death match. No, Mox says. He follows up by stating that Page doesn't want that, even if he thinks he does at All In. Page is going to lose because he doesn't actually want to win the title. He doesn't want to wake up Sunday morning in bed with the title. The reason Page won the Owen Hart tournament is because that's not the highest peak for him. The highest mountain, though, that's not for Page. Plenty call themselves the best wrestler in the world, but that's basic, and Mox is far more than that. He continues running down Page as the crowd tells him to shut the fuck up until the Heyman clocks him square in the face. He pounces on the champ, pulling out a fort before Wheeler Yuta comes running in for the save. He takes a shot to the head by Page but Marina manages to distract him with a series of slaps. Out of nowhere, the turning Claudio Casanova hits the ring from behind to take Heyman down to the mat. Yuta joins in the beatdown, propping Page against the corner before trying to choke him out as Mox and Shafir retreat through the crowd. Claudio takes the Heyman down with a neutralizer before he and Yuta leave the ring to heavy boos. They focus much of their rage on Yuta before Page gets back to his feet, grabbing a mic to poke fun at Claudio. Since he's still standing, this enrages Casanova, who makes his way back toward ringside before Samoa Joe pops up to intercept him. Yuta joins him, but they are cut off by the arrival of Powerhouse Hobbs and Shibata. Page remains distracted by all this as Shafir returns to the ring to try and hit him with the briefcase, but he stops her, grabbing the briefcase as he calls out to Mox. He says that he's got something Mox is to so give him Texas death. After some thinking over, Mox finally agrees to it. Upon getting what he wants, Mox gives the briefcase back to Spear. He starts to leave the ring before addressing Mox's remarks that Heyman doesn't have what it takes to go through Texas death. He offers to show the champ that he does have what it takes. He demonstrates this by blasting Shafir with a buckshot lariat to the delight of the Ontario crowd. So that was funny. I enjoyed that one. So, anyways, first match coming up: TBS Championship match. Mercedes Moné, who is a champion, versus Mina Shirakawa. Commentary does, and Thomas Tony Storm comes out and stuff. Superman film and names because Storm heads over to join the game. Got unspecified commentary, so she has a giant buffet table, dressed and stuff. Mercedes Moné, the bell sound. Okay, Rishikawa and Maria Shapiro then come in. And then the bell sounds. Mina starts going after the champ, but is immediately sent to the ropes by Monet, who drives her boot into the face of the challenger. Mina fights back for a near fall as the crowd goes into a dueling "Let's Go Mina" and CEO's chant. Mercedes heads to the ropes, but is tripped up by Shirakawa. To follow up, Shirakawa gets a 2 count for her own efforts. Mercedes takes over on offense again, stomping to mock Storm at ringside before sending Mina to the ropes. Once more, it backfires, however, as the challenger fires back with a Lou Thez Prez before keeping Monet down on the mat. The champ heads to the corner where she fights back with a Minorora on Shikara before sending her out of the ring. She mocks Storm just some more. On that note, the show shifts gears and sells into a match culture break as this championship clash continues. All right. When the show returns, we see that Mina has controlled the match before cinching in a submission. Hope I said that right. Cinching, whatever. Only for the ref to intervene due to the foot under being under the rope. This gives the champ an opening as she cinches into a statement maker, but Mina rolls through, countering into a figure four leg lock and stuff. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Mercedes struggles to break free before rolling toward the outside, which brings both women to the floor to force a break. Mercedes brings Mina onto the apron, but the challenger turns it around for a DT off the apron, driving the head. God damn it. Uh, oh shit. Okay, anyways, driving the head of Monet to the floor. I'm sorry, guys. The scrolling thing kept messing me up. Mercedes gets back to her feet, however, rising to the apron to deliver a mean royal on Shirakawa before sliding back, considering the ref's count of a not long after Mina manages to run into the ring herself before sending the champ to the corner. Mercedes fights back with a mean royal from the turnbuckle. A sunset bomb connects, forcing the challenger to the corner before Monet brings her in for a 2 count. The champ heads up the turnbuckle for another mean royal, but is met with a counter by Mina into a kick to the head. The challenger locks in another figure four leg lock, but Monet reaches over to grab the bottom rope. Mina breaks the hold as a result, but heads up top for a sling blade and a near fall. Mercedes counters out of a glamorous driver, but Mina breaks free of a money maker to land some hard kicks on the head of the champ. Spinning back fist and a glamorous driver connect, but Mercedes nearly gets a shoulder up before the 3 count. The fans are not pleased by this as Mina hits a knee but only gets a 1 count. Mercedes counters back with a lung blower but struggles to capitalize, leaving both women on the mat. She crawls over for the cover, but only gets a 2 count. We see a back forward exchange of holds and counters with Mercedes ultimately rolling up Mina tight out of nowhere for the 3 count and the pinfall victory with the win. Mercedes retains her TBS championship. Once the match wraps up, we see her beat up Mina some more before ultimately escaping the ring and fleeing the scene. When timeless Tony Storm goes after her, she grabs some champagne from ringside, spilling it out on Luther before retreating up the ramp, telling Tony her time is up. So winner and still TBS champion Mercedes Moné. Alright, fine fighters arrive and all stuff. From there we shoot from earlier today showing the Young Bucks homecoming and all stuff, and shows a limo, and then trip to around Rancho Cucamonga. The AEW look to the mall as the show heads into a commercial break. By the way, they show some shoes. There are some Jordans also. John returns from again. We see Niels and Matthew Jackson. Two are now at the mall, walking around, checking things out. They mentioned how it seemed bigger than years ago. They opt to go back to their fancy founding fathers. Then as the summer comes to a close and stuff. So, anyways, we have a second match coming up. AW All In Texas Men's Casino Gauntlet Qualifier match. MJF versus Borwick King versus AR Fox versus Anthony Bowman. It's time for our second match. And so MJF takes on Owen, their second member, first themselves in the ring with the bells. Okay, anyways, the bell sounds, which are the high stakes for a four-way match. Early on, we see MJF tries to buddy up with Brody by offering him money, but King slams the stack on the mat. Max leaves the ring out of frustration with the other 3 men following him until the Hurt Syndicate step in to offer a level of protection. Brody decides to go after Fox and Bowens to get things started. Um, King takes out both of them against the barricade as MJF joins commentary for a break from the match. We hear MVP offering some strategy as King brings Bowens back into the ring, but Fox intervenes to send Brody to the corner. Fox and Bowens work together to keep Brody down. Fox goes for after the five-tool player, nailing a double stomp on the apron before hitting a dive on Brody on the outside. Fox goes back after Anthony. I'm sorry, before both find themselves on the outside just as King hits the top on the both of them. MJF sees his opening and brings Fox back in the ring for a 2 count. On that note, the show shift gears and sells into match commercial break. As it continues, when the show returns, we see that MJF is now in control of the action that this lasts until Brody comes into the ring, laying into him with a chop. Bowens is back at it, landing some kicks on King before Fox intervenes. MJF then gets in some shots before, but Fox comes after him as well before he and Bowens look to split the playing field. All four men are down until Bowens sends MJF to the corner, only to be met with Brody King. Bowens fights back, sending Brody away before hitting a DT on AR Fox for a 2 count. Fox turns things around, sending Bowens and King out the ring before landing a rolling brainbuster on MJF for a near fall of his own. King is back in and takes out Fox before catching Bowens for a side slam. Cannonball connects on Bowens and Fox, but MJF manages to evade before landing a knee on Bowens and Fox. From there, we see a big arm wrench that forces Fox to the mat, but MJF turns his attention to this down King for a near fall. He grabs a chair from ringside, looking to use it before Brody lands a right hand, driving the chair into the face of MJF. Freeman falls in front of Fox and Bowens in the corner, allowing Brody to land a cannonball on all three of them. He then tries covering MJF for a 2 count. MJF starts to fight back, but a set of cutters allows Brody to take control for another close near fall. Fox manages to fight out before landing a 450 splash on King, but Brody gets the shoulder up. Bowens gets taken out by MJF, who yells, "Brody sucks," before going for a heat seeker. Instead, King blocks it, taking MJF out with a sleeper. Bowens catches King off guard, getting a near fall. In a process, MJF manages to take advantage of the chaos that follows, locking in Salt of the Earth on AR Fox for the win. With the victory, MJF has secured the second spot in the AEW All In Texas Casino Gauntlet match. So winner is MJF. Alright, I have a little segment. So when the match wraps up, we see MJF's celebration cut short by Mark Briscoe, who goes out MJF for a talkie talk. Next week, this gets a chant from the crowd as Jet and Speed make their way out to confront the Hurt Syndicate, only for Benjamin Lashley to level Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Kevin Knight. Meanwhile, MVP MJF watch from ringside. They go right back after the pair with Lashley landing on a Dominator on Bailey to add a punctuation mark on the statement made the Hurt Syndicate regroup on the ramp. But Knight grabs a microphone to point out they are still alive. Knight says if they want to keep their AEW World Championship World Tag Team Champions, they're gonna have to kill Jet Speed. He runs down the pair before Kevin challenges Shelton Benjamin to one-on-one on the special milestone AEW Collision 100 show. The Hurt Syndicate theme plays again as the show heads to a break. Alright, above the next match coming out, Heroes vs. Villains presented by Superman. Trio Smash, the Young Bucks, and Konoshi Takeshita vs. Bandito, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roger Strong. Alright, return show and stuff. Bucks return too. After that, then the Superman match is coming up next. That's it. First, team cells and interesting for represented Paramount. So, okay, anyways, here we go. The balance sounds are Richard off for running with this one. We start things with Bandito to Kesha, the latter taking control before Bandito hits an arm drag. Konosuke fights back with a flurry of offense before making the tag to Nicholas, who gets the jump on the ROH World Champion before tagging Matthew and the Bucks double team Bandito, but Kyle comes in to intervene. They take O'Reilly and Strong down before going back after Bandito, who makes the tag to O'Reilly. Kyle takes a fight to Matthew before a tag is made to Nicholas, but this gives Kyle an opening to tag Strong in the corner as they continue to fight. This leads to a set of dives from Bandito and Takeshita, forcing all 6 men to the floor. As we head to mid-match commercial break, when the show returns, we see Bandito get taken down hard by Nicholas before making a tag to Roderick Strong. Strong takes Nicholas and Konoshi to the mat before landing a series of elbows on Matthew. Nicholas finally tags himself back into the match. He takes Strong out before going after O'Reilly and Bandito, but Kyle goes after him with the guillotine choke before Matthew counters with a locomotion suplex. Bandito hits the ropes, but is met with a blue thunder bomb by Takeshita. They crawl over to their respective corners as they finally get tagged into the match, but a powerbomb by Konosuke leads to a 2 count. Chaos and sways as all 6 men go at it, leading to a big suplex off the turnbuckle by Bandito for a 2 count on Takeshi before it gets broken up. Now we see Bandito go for a 21 plex on Nicholas, only for it to get blocked, allowing the Bucks and Takeshi to double team the ROH World Champion for a close 2 count. The tag is made to O'Reilly as Paragon go to work on Takeshi and the Bucks. Kyle locks in a guillotine on the Alpha, but he powers out. O'Reilly catches him with a chop block, series of super kicks, and a big strike from Kenoshi, allowing for a triple EVP trigger with the Bucks, sending out Strong and Bandito, while Takeshita hits Raging Fire on O'Reilly. The Alpha immediately follows up with the cover and the pinfall for the win. So winners, the Young Bucks. Oh shit, this person didn't do the whole thing or whatever. Okay, hold on. Alright, anyways. Sorry about the whoever owned the thing didn't put the whole match and stuff. So anyways, I have a stakes raised high for Short Striking and Will Ospreay versus the Young Bucks at All In. After the match, more chaos and sways. We see the rival of Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland, while the Young Bucks are still out there. They make clear that they still want the Bucks to put their AVP titles on line in a match at AEW All In Texas. Strickland clarifies that he and Ospreay don't want to become EVPs. Instead, they simply want to take it away from the Bucks and give the title to the people, as Tony Khan is only the one truly in charge. Ospreay runs them down some more before Matthew interjects, saying no, as they don't even know what the Bucks get out of this match. Ospreay has something to offer, telling Swerve to trust him as he gives them an offer. If the Bucks accept and beat Ospreay and Strickland, they cannot challenge for the world title for 1 year. This raffles up Swerve, who has it. Who has it out with Ospreay, as Matthew says they're willing to accept it if Strickland is on the same page. Swerve is very reluctant, but says he's on board, as well as this match is made official regardless of the decision being reached. We see Swerve and Ospreay still hashing things out between themselves off mic as the show shifts gears into match country break. Alright, we have a Heroes vs. Villains presented by Superman tag team match for Strickland and Ospreay versus the Beast Mortals and Dresco. Joe returns to a Superman package when Rasa ringside and was Elify outcomes. They attack Ospreay and Swerve to kick things off with a bang. Mortals and Strickland go at it. Start with Strickland getting the upper hand even after Dresco tries to intervene. He distracts Swerve by going after Prince Nana, and this gives Mortals the opening to send Strickland to the outside. On that note, the show shifts gears and settles into mid-match country break as the action continues. When the show returns, we see Swerve finally managing to regain control as he sends Mortals to the corner. He then makes the tag to Ospreay. The Aerial Assassin hits the ring and immediately lays into the Beast. The Beast and Dresco. The crowd goes nuts as Ospreay shifts the offensive momentum into his team's favor to the delight of the crowd. Mortals and Dresco then head to the outside, but this gives Will the opening for Shashuki or special. Ospreay then brings Mortals back in for a 2 count. From there, the tag made to Dresco, leading to he and Mortals double teaming Ospreay. This sets up a close 2 count. Ospreay survives thanks to Swerve breaking the pin. He then takes a DT from Dresco. Ospreay recovers and takes Dresco down, but is then dropped by Morris for another close 2 count. After that, the momentum in the bout begins to shift for real as Ospreay fires up on offense again. The crowd goes wild as he is all over the place. The hitting and everything that moves. Ospreay hits a crucifix bomb, which sets Mortals up for a combo finish as Ospreay connects with Storm Zero and Strickland follows up with Swerve Stomp. They then turn their attention to Driscoll. Ospreay and Swerve hit them with another 2-for-1 special as the Aerial Assassin connects with the Styles Clash, which sets Swerve up for a house call. Follow up for pinfall victory. After the match, the show heads to another commercial break. So winner is Konoshi covers. Okay. Alright, main event time. Alright, so next match coming up, main event time, Konosuke Okada versus Kota Ibushi. And I did not put the whole thing. Alright, main event time. Alright, when the show returns, we head to straight down to ringside where the stage gets set for our final match of the evening, where a milestone of the 300 episode of AEW's battle of both Japanese legends Kazuchika Okada battles Kota Ibushi in the one-on-one action next. Follow the ring's instructions and stuff. The bell sounds to get things officially off running. We hear loud "Holy shit" chants from the crowd before the two even touch. Things finally do get going as Okada sends Ibushi to the ropes, only for Ibushi to force him away with the Rainmaker leaving the ring for a breather. Okada then breaks in the ring and pair lock up, ending up in the ropes where the ref intervenes to force a break. Okada evades a roundhouse kick to take another breather on the outside. Okada goes to work with another flurry of strikes on Ibushi before Ibushi starts to fight back. The crowd comes to life as Ibushi fights back, and ultimately he sends Okada to ringside again. This time, however, Ibushi doesn't wait for Okada to re-enter the ring. Instead, he builds up a full head of steam and launches himself with a springboard axe handle onto the elite member on the floor. Um, Ibushi then gets into another member of the Dunkasman who is on the commentary, Murdoch Lance Archer, and Ibushi charges back at Okada, who sends him crashing into steel with a well-timed hold to show then heads to mid-match commercial break and stuff. Um, Sorry, I had to refresh all over again. Um, Let me go to AEW. Anyway, guys, it's not pumping up, but hey, as long as you guys know, Okada won the match and stuff. So, anyways, yeah, so it was a good show tonight and stuff. I enjoyed it, and yeah, it was good and stuff. For a 300 episode, so there were some good matches on there that were really good and all stuff. But yeah, but anyways, that was this first video. Hope you like it, not whatever stuff. So like, subscribe, hit the button, and leave a comment. You guys leave a comment stuff what characters doing. That was it, and I'll see you guys Friday night for the back to 2 hours of the Friday Night SmackDown finally. All right. Later. Oh, by the way, Jurassic World Rebirth was very good. I enjoyed it. It was very good. I don't care what IG and whoever says and stuff. It was very good. I enjoyed it. So, yeah. Anyways, that was it. And I'll see you guys Friday night, alright? Laters.